Khelo India Youth Games give a huge opportunity for the youth to showcase their talents. This is Hitesh Chauhan from Punjab, a young student from Ludhiana. And taking on is Ratin Pranav from Tamil Nadu, the host team player, and the chair umpire for this match. The chair umpire will be, I think, Santosh Venkatram. The players are just warming up, and the chair umpire having a close look at them. Any moment from now, he will say that 2 minutes and get back on to business. See, this is the time they would like to get their range and rhythm in the serves, in the ground strokes. What an aerial view of this magnificent stadium in the city center. And this is one of the best surfaces, and on the side courts also we have. And in terms of bounce and pace, it is one of the best. That is why the major events also take place here, and very well maintained also, as the players just getting to do that warm up. Look at those smashes. That is from Ratin. You get used to the serves, you get used to the ground strokes, particularly smashes, because your eye, the sun will be on your eyes, and that is where you should get used to that. That is why they also go for those smashes, and they also have to, try out their serves to get that range and rhythm. And when the chair umpire says time to get on with the business, they'll be mentally and physically ready to go ahead with that. That is what exactly is happening here. And of course, before the match, the players coming on to the center court, we saw that Sanjeev Mukherjee, my commentary colleague, was having a good chat with both Ratin Pranav and Hitesh Chauhan. And that also makes the players feel comfortable, prepare them mentally before they come onto the court. These are all young boys, and they have got a long way to go. One of the days, you will find them rocking, in the team for India. That is what it is all about. A huge opportunity for the youngsters to showcase their talents, and it is for them to take the best of it. And we always say that this is the age where you try to learn and try to figure out what is good in you and what is wrong there. That is the chair umpire, Santosh Venkatram from Bangalore. And the two players still are permitted for the time to have those warm-up session. This is the first match in the center court on the penultimate day of this Khelo India Youth Games. And when you have those major events like Davis Cup between the nations, you will find that stadium is full. That is how it is. Now, of course, lots of youngsters have come in. And as the day progresses, you will find more people coming on to occupy the seats in the gallery. Right now, that is the situation here. The boys single semi-finals, and it is to the back of the camera. It is Hitesh Chauhan from Punjab taking on Ratin Pranav from Tamil Nadu. See, that is the kind of a service they would like to have. That is what he is right now. He must be feeling satisfied with the range he gets. That's the chair umpire giving some announcement. Introducing the players. It's all being set here. See, getting the range is very important, and very often, when you are in a young age, you tend to miss out the first services. That is where everyone has to tighten up These are all the games which give them the opportunity to do that. And talking to many of the players, they are also clear in their mind that they have to definitely, improve their backhand, which is an important weapon. You have to be good both on, okay, some people will be very good on forehand, cross court or down the line, or some people will be specialized in going for a double-handed or single-handed backhand. But what is important is to develop an all-round talent. And definitely these are all the kind of tournaments which give ample opportunity to play some competitive tennis. And still you see that Ratin is trying to get his range on his serve. He is the top seed here and he is taking on Hitesh Chauhan, who is seeded number 4, and he is from Punjab. As the players take their respective chairs in a short while now, they will come back to commence the boys singles semi-finals. I'm Seshadri Srinivasan, Srini in the commentary position. Joining me back from the court side is Sanjeev Mukherjee. Come in, Sanjeev.
Good morning, Srini, and a very, very good morning to all our viewers. Tuning in, you can see Hitesh Chauhan to the left of your screens. And Hitesh is all set for a very, very big match. He knows will be a tough ask to take down the top seed, Ratin Pranav Senthil, who's been in scintillating form. And of course, Hitesh knows the importance of such big matches. And this is where the big match temperament of such players are built. Tournaments like these are the first baby steps. And yesterday he beat Tanish Jadhav, another very good player, in the quarter previous round, 6-2, 6-1. To enter the singles semi-final. Remember, there are 4 matches today. They'll all start simultaneously. You're getting all the action from center court. Boys singles first semi-final on your screens now. With his back to the camera, Ratin Pranav Senthil with the first serve. Oh, absolutely fabulous pass. Picking it up from wherever it left last evening. Srini.
That's a marvelous pass, right position. See, open court there. That normally gives a huge confidence. I always look at good passes as good as a good ace in the serve. Ratin, the top seed here. He needs to change the angles in the serve, go down the tee and then try to go to the corners. Oh, this is what I was talking about, the backhand. This error coming on the backhand. See the good deep return of that is where the backhand is letting Ratin down. $15 all. Ratin. See, trying to change those angles in the serve. That is where when you change the angle, when you go down the tee and to the corners, you have to be very clear. Take the time to serve. Oh, that is dragging wide. Yet another error on the backhand from Ratin here. Look at that double-handed backhand, and here yet again, but this time he is dragging it wide. A little bit of pressure here, 15-30. It's a pleasure to play in this center court of this lovely stadium. Good services when really matters. That's what happened here. Good return of serve. That is what, in my opinion, was setting up that point. And as Hitesh was just trying to charge in there, what a control on the double-handed backhand cross court. In fact, before the match, he was talking about his comfort level on the backhand cross court using a double hand grip. Lovely serve. That is what. Picking up the return, trying to go down the line, but putting into the doubles alley there. Good comeback. This is what we say when you are under pressure. You need to come up with some good serves. Take your time to serve, allotted time. Never hurry up a serve, because when under pressure you tend to go on with the game and make errors. Trying to change the triangle, trying to go for the forehand corner, hitting it wide. Fault, deuce, second serve. There's a tremendous power on that double-handed backhand from Hitesh. That is what is picking up error. Look at the power on that. And from behind the baseline, Ratin tried to take that one. His serve is right now coming under a bit of a bother. So this is where his first serve gets very, very important, facing a break point. Superb serve. Clean ace down the tee. And that definitely shows volume of his quality of tennis. Because he was under pressure, facing a break point, came with a big serve. Deuce. This is where second serve, keep bouncing the ball. Have a look at the opponent. Long rally. Both the players nicely changing the angles, you see. Oh, what a rally. In the end, one has to close it out. In this case, Hitesh, a bit of over anxious to close out that point. Look at him trying to go for that back and cross court, putting it into the net. This gives an opportunity for Ratin to hold his serve. Advantage, Ratin. That was one of the best rallies. Both the players choosing to stay behind the baseline, waiting for the opponent to make an error. Good thinking, but just missing the line fault. Second serve. This time trying to go for the forehand down the line. Hitesh hitting it wide. Look at that good rally here. Good thinking here. He saw that open part of the court and tried to go for the forehand down the line, but hitting it wide. With that, Ratin holds his serve, going up 1-love, opening set of this boys singles semi-finals.
That's like a very long opening game. Sort of tells you about the proceedings. It's going to be a tough match. From the way it looks like, the way it's been set up in the opening game, Ratif Pranav Senthil versus Hitesh Chauhan of Punjab. Hitesh comes from Ludhiana. There you see the double-fisted backhand. Getting a little bit of bounce there. Ratif looking calm and composed as he closed it out. Hitesh just going for a difficult angle early into match. Short baseline play from both Hitesh as well as Retin. Has just started. Hitesh to serve. Spanking lob, and Retin caught in two minds. Going for the smash. Straight into the net. Good beginning, good start there for Hitesh Chauhan. 15 love. 16-year-old from Ludhiana. And this time he's missed a backhand down the line winner. It was all his, it was all there for his taking. Instead, he's just hammered it into the net.
I think you have to also recognize that he went for the down the line, which means he is going through the high part of the net. That is where, unfortunately for him, the ball just clipped the top of the net and that error came. Normally, for anyone who goes for the backhand down the line or forehand down the line, that keeps, they keep it in their mind. Here again, this time the backhand cross-court terror coming from Hitesh. Good rally, both the players choosing to stay much behind the baseline. Both of them just keeping the ball in deep returns in play, waiting for the other person to make that error, not really forcing that error on that occasion. Hitesh Chauhan, 16-year-old from Ludhiana. See, taking that allotted time to serve, the right thing to do. What a return of serve on the feet of Hitesh. Hardly giving him any time to recover from his serve. That is where he is completely taken by shock and surprise. As he just recovering from the serve, the return had come on his feet. The right approach to come to the net early, but then not able to control that low volley, hitting it wide. With that, the break of serve happening very early, and 2-love lead for the top seed Retin from Tamil Nadu. As the top seed, he had a bye in the first round. And then he had defeated Jason David 7-5, 6-2, Ritin Pranav. And now he's preparing to serve to Hitesh. Fault first service. Hitesh had defeated Kanani of Gujarat 6-1, 6-3, and then later Tanish Mukesh Jadhav of Maharashtra 6-2, 6-1. Hitesh nicely changing the angle there. That's a superb pass, backhand pass. Seeing that Hitesh was charging the net early. And there, where see in the mid-court. And then, see, so much of a open court there. Tremendous pass there. 2-love, 15-love. Retin. Oh, this is unforced error on the forehand cross court from Ratin. Have a look at there. This was absolutely unforced. The Hitesh was much behind the baseline. He had the whole court, but then making that error there. Ratin. Powerful serve, clean ace on the forehand corner. Perfect angle and pace as well. Good toss of the ball, good shoulder power there. And absolutely no chance for Hitesh. Oh, that should have been put away. That was a good serve. The return was weak and going for that inside out. Putting it into the net. Absolutely unforced. 30 all.
Going for the big one down the middle. And hits it long. He had the forehand caught all to himself, Ratin Pranav. Going for the long big drive. Just overhitting it a little bit. See the ball sailing through. It's a break point for Hitesh. That's a terrific serve. Bang down the middle. The big serve, which we've been speaking about. He hasn't really taken it out of his artillery so far. That's the first sighting. Hitesh did get his racket to it, but it was too good a serve to return. Back to deuce. Look at that serve. I believe Hitesh is having a word with the chair umpire about where the service landed. The chair umpire, I think that's the first deuce, first ace, possibly if given. That's the first ace we've seen so far. So the advantage, Ratin Pranav. First ace in the last 3 days on centre court. Another terrific serve, taking Hitesh far and wide outside on the left corner, and then bangs it away to race away to a 3-love lead. Ratin Pranav Senthil truly showing why he is ranked #1 in this category, Srini.
Absolutely, Sanjeev. But what I loved here is he served down the tee ace. The next serve was on the corner. He opened the court with that serve. Hitesh was completely outside the court. Return was weak and a comfortable put away for him to close out the game. This is perfect tennis. That's a confirmation of the current score in the first set. The top seed Ratin Pranav leading 3-love. This is boys singles semi-finals in the center court.
Ratin Pranav has raced away to a 3-love lead. And Hitesh has to dig in deep. You can see that's Ratin's grandparents. They've come all the way to watch their grandkid in action. A shy young boy who took to the sport, who was rather put into the sport to make him focus at a very early age. Ratin Pranav Senthil has done well for himself so far. We're breaking into the top 100 in the junior rankings, world rankings. Hitesh Chauhan. The idea was good, the execution not yet. He's not getting the execution. There was a big serve. And of course he tried the forehand cross court. Was just putting too much of air underneath the ball. That's how you see the mastery is amply evident of Rethin. He forces his opponent to go wide, go deep, and to reach for the ball, so he doesn't get the correct range of the stroke. And he's on another break point. Will this be the second service break? Love 40 down. Hitesh coming up with his own version of the big serve down the middle. Second serve. This time the Rethin seems to be having a word with the umpire about where the serve landed. But the chair umpire has legitimized it, so he saved one break point. Hitesh. Good serve, and yet again he approaches the net and is unable to close it down. Trying the slice, perhaps the easiest he had in this match so far. Break point.
Another unforced error. See, that should have been easily put away, but setting up 2 break points. Ball sitting up there. And a great pass. See, this is where the top seed is demonstrating his quality. He is not in a hurry. He waited for the ball. He saw that opponent was charging the net. Came with that powerful backhand cross-court winner. With that, Hitesh is yet again dropping his serve. 16-year-old boy, probably he is a shade nervous here, playing in the center court. Yet to put his name on the scorecard at the moment. The double break up. It is Rethin Pranav of Tamil Nadu. Now serving. Look at that inside out, just missing the sideline. Love 15. That top seed, I think this is where Hitesh should try to capitalize and go a little aggressive on the return. Ah, that was absolutely unforced. Look at that. Both the players, so much Hitesh has to go up and cover. And that gentle touch on the forehand, letting him down. Love 30. This is where one should find that there is a huge opportunity to try to go after the serve. Having dropped the serve twice, there is an iota of a chance. That too now the second serve. Hitesh has to go and attack. How nicely Rethin was changing that angle. Quickly moved and went on his backhand. And have a look at that. Going further down the line. And it is always going to be difficult for Hitesh to pick up. 15-30.
Hitesh has to dig deep. Rethin coming up with another of those big serves.
Hitesh was having a close look at it for a moment. He was looking, was it out? Not to be so. So comes with a good serve and making it 30 all.
Another example of Rethin not finding his marker again. He has not been under any pressure whatsoever in this match so far. And whatever points he's committing rather to his opponent, Srini, they're all unforced errors, as you specifically mentioned a while back.
Now you see the break point. Can he convert, Hitesh?
He doesn't. Commentary discuss.
Good serve, Sanjeev. You have to admit that also on the body, and had a little chance of retrieving that, and it is deuce. Still, in my opinion, Hitesh has to go after the serve. He has no other option.
That's the only way he can survive. Yet again missing his angles. He had the entire backhand court to do himself. Overhitting perhaps. And of course, when we look at these tournaments, sometimes it's also about acclimatizing yourself to the conditions. It isn't as easy as it seems to be on screen. Hitesh coming from Ludhiana, it's very, very cold at this time of the year. Extremely cold. And you come in here and land in Chennai, it's a sizzling hot. No excuse though, but of course it's difficult. Yet again, even after doing everything, getting Rathin to commit and come forward, he concedes another point.
With that, Rathin is holding his serve. There was an out of opportunity for Hitesh to go after this serve, but some unforced errors and trying to close out the point. But due credit to the top seed Rathin, who did very well, came well with the points which that mattered. When he was under pressure, he served well. And even in the rallies, he had a complete control on that. When you have a long rally, nice to watch. But what matters is who is going to close it out? How is he going to close it out? Is it a forced or unforced error? And in this case, definitely the top seed dominated in the rally, and the errors were also coming from the racket of the 16-year-old from Ludhiana. But it's a great experience for him also. Have a look at that. Both the players choosing to stay behind the baseline, giving some good returns, good rally developing there. But in the end, as we always say, how do you close it out? And see back and slice. Sitting up a bit, that is where there was an opportunity for the Rathin to go with that cross-court winner. But as we always say, Khelo India Youth Games, huge opportunity to showcase your talents. And even if you lose, you are going to learn a lot from what mistakes you did, how the opponent played better, correct yourself because they are all young. Huge opportunity, good initiative.
Serving to save the set. Yet again, he drives it really long. Hitesh completely off his game. He cannot be ranked as high as number 3.
He has to keep in mind that when you approach the net, you are carrying the body weight. It's so-called in physics the momentum. So you tend to overhit over the baseline.
Obviously, he's got rattled by the conditions, by the opposition. The pressure seems to be getting to him, certainly. But he's a youngster, as Srini mentioned. He learned from this experience. Sport is never easy. This time he shows he can be proactive too. Hitesh advancing and taking that forehand winner, making the point his own. Needs many more of those to stay in the set to start off with. But yet again, after promising, he overhits it. You can see he was creating the angles for himself. And then the last shot. Set point. So that's it. With that, Retin Pranav Senthil has raced away with a straight set, or rather 6-love demolition in the first set. It's unbelievable the way he's been playing, and Hitesh Chauhan, although of course he's showing sparks of his talent, not able to bring out his A game so far. It's always been him playing catch up and playing from too far away. Retin showing a far superior all-round game, booming first serve. Of course, Hitesh, this will be a humbling experience, as he'll take a moment there on the chair and perhaps look up into the stands. Of course, he has inspiration. His family is here, his mother is here. Hitesh's mom has come all the way from Ludhiana to watch her son in action. Like we saw moments back, Retin's grandparents. So it will be a humbling experience for him, unless he decides to bring his A game back and come back very, very strongly.
That's what everyone is looking forward to. Hitesh Chauhan from Punjab. But definitely in patches he was good. But what is important in the crucial moments, Retin, kept his nerves and closed out the points. And there were huge opportunities created by Hitesh, but he was not able to close it out. That is the long and short of the first set. Crucial points, Retin was always in control. How you close it out was important. And also, you notice that, due credit to the opponent Hitesh Chauhan, he did create a lot of opportunities. He was actually, sort of constructing some good points, but then he was not able to close it out. So I think definitely you will all learn from this experience. Maybe a little bit of pressure. You are playing the semi-finals in this lovely center court of SDAT Tennis Stadium in Chennai. And maybe that was just bothering in his mind. And you are also playing against a host team player and a top ranked player. But definitely we did see some very good rallies. But as we are saying, in the end, what matters is how do you close out the rally. There, I think the top seed had an edge over the player from Punjab, 16-year-old Hitesh Chauhan.
That's right, and there haven't been many rallies, so to speak. We have seen a few of them, but closing out the efficiency of Retin has been far, far superior, and he looks even better than what we've seen so far of him in this tournament so far. As he progresses to the middle round, Srini possibly is bringing out his A game. Oh, absolutely fabulous panoramic view. After a bye in the first round, he hammered Jason David yesterday 7-5, 6-2 right here on center court. And now he's showing off his full wares. That was a running to the opposite side after getting initially wrong-footed with a running forehand pass. Perhaps one of the shots of the day. And making Hitesh run from corner to corner. He's been in absolute control. Retin Pranav Senthil. And of course, Hitesh will try and come back much stronger. Ready for a fight. He has to. It's a knockout game. And like yesterday where we saw one of the matches, there was a fabulous fight back from a doubles pair who had lost the first set 6-love. So nothing is impossible in sport, as they say. Why should this one be?
Shall I put it this way? Impossible is nothing.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say the tagline as the way it is. Good on you, Shini. Closes it down yet again efficiently. He's basically, what he's doing, his brand of tennis, he's pushing and shoving Hitesh to awkward angles and corners, making him uncomfortable, getting him off his feet, off his rhythm, and then just converting.
That is a very good serve, setting up that point. quickly coming in after the serve. Have a look at him. He's ready for that. He charges in, and that is where he is able to get that angle. As you rightly said, he made Hitesh run from flank to flank and move forward and backward. Clean ace. What a way to get this point. Right on tee. I think Hitesh is looking a shade nervous probably because we are seeing his talent so much. But why is he not closing it out? In quite a few rallies, we found he was constructing it well. But what is important ultimately, how do you manage that? So it is one love lead when you have the break of serves happening early. That's a big advantage for whoever broke the serve. Just a 16-year-old from Punjab there. He's seeing that ball down the tee. Ratin also changes the serves, changes the angle, power, and demonstrating good skills in the all-round play. But due credit to Hitesh Chauhan as well. He's doing it, but not able to stay consistent, particularly to close out any point. Love 6 first set, love 1, Hitesh serving.
That shows his nerves. That clearly shows the amount of pressure Hitesh is under. He set himself up for the kill. Perhaps was the easiest one to put away. And as you could see from his exclamation after missing it, this game has gone completely alright. Taken apart by Ratin. Has to dig deep within himself to find reserves and come back strong. Hitesh Chauhan. Fabulous. Finally, that's the Hitesh Chauhan we're talking about. That's the fight back you would want to see. Very, very good serve, setting it up himself up and then riding the bounce, powering the forehand away, driving it hard into the far wide left corner. That's perhaps one of the best points he's got in this match so far. Hitesh Chauhan. And again, is he rediscovering his mojo?
Yes, he is rediscovering, and I would like to put it that he is rediscovering his strength. Even informally talking before the match, he said that he loves that inside-out forehand. These 2 points have come in that style.
(30-15). (40-15), finding his strength back.
40-15.
Good driving power there. The focus seems to be coming back, riding the bounce. He's on top of the ball, getting the angles correct. This time he pushed Ratin into a mistake. 40-15. Game Hitesh Chauhan. That's the first game he wins after 40 minutes of tennis in this match. Good pounding serve there. That resulted in Ratin overhitting it, spraying it wide. That'll give him a little bit of respite from the pressure he's created for himself. Out. The moment you are counter-attack, your opponent will be under pressure. My fellow commentator just mentioned it a while back, and it's happening as if on cue. It's not happenstance. second time in a row.
love
You
to
see
head
the power coming back in his ground strokes. And that's how he's pushing Retin a little off balance.
It would be nice to have Hitesh also to come back in the second set, because the spectators also, while they would love the Tamil Nadu player to win, they also would like to have a good contest. Rathin, as Hitesh is stepping up the quality of his game. Pushing Hitesh so much behind the baseline, and then coming with a varied pace. See, he's so much in the mid-court, and then here he's forced to go back. When you go back and forth, that is where he was losing his balance as well physically. But definitely Hitesh trying to come up with some of his favorite strokes, but he has to consolidate that as Rathin prepares to serve. Overhitting that. Second serve. Can Hitesh go after this serve? This is a master class from Rathin, the top seed, seeing that Hitesh was much behind the baseline, and he goes for that pretty controlled inside out. Definitely in closing out the crucial points, Rathin is demonstrating that why he is the top seed here. But what I like is that it is 1-all. He has put his name on the card, Hitesh. Good serve. Superb pass from Hitesh Chauhan. That should give him a lot of confidence. This is the kind of a material he is made of. You see, the opponent is so much behind the baseline. Go for the drop shot. Good, the court coverage by Rathin, but then the court is open there for a marvelous pass. This is very, very good tennis. Good display from the 16-year-old from Ludhiana. Rathin, of course, he's a top seed, playing so well. But if you need a contest, the 16-year-old has to really step it up. Trying to generate pace on this fault. So it is a break point. Can he convert? Perfect angle. How nicely the top seed Rathin moved his left and came with that forehand down the line. See that quick move there. And then trying to get that to open court. Clears that. That is deuce. But definitely Hitesh is trying to come back in the second set after a thorough dominance by the top seed Rathin in the first set. 6-love. Rathin is the top seed here. Number 4 is Hitesh. Oh, what a rally, and how nicely Hitesh was charging in, putting pressure on Rathin there. Rathin just see that slowing down the pace. Rathin, and seeing that Hitesh was close to the net, he went with that deep return going long, break point. Is yet another opportunity for the 16-year-old from Ludhiana to go after this serve with the top seed. Rathin, who's doing so well, taking the first set, cleaning it up with 6-love. The clean is right on the backhand corner. Have a look at that brilliant serve. Pace and angle both mattered there. That's deuce again. Definitely the top seed serve has been stretched here. That is a very good serve, power and depth on that. Backhand return into the net. That gives a chance for the top seed to close out this game. Trying to go down the middle. Long fault. Can Hitesh attack the second serve? He does. Perfectly catching the opponent on the wrong foot. Ratin quickly charges in. See, the right arm is just coming in there and closing the face of the racket in time to get that point in style. With that, he holds his serve and the 2-1 lead for him in the set number 2 after taking the first set 6-love.
Time. First finger.
15-love. Absolutely brilliant backhand down the line. It's a good rally there. Battle of two big backhands. Hitesh and Ratin going for it, one-on-one. In the end, a double-handed backhand down the line winner from Ratin. Finding his mark way too often compared to Hitesh. Broken thrice in the first set. It's Ratin won 6-love. It's a very wild return there from Ratin. You can see that there was a fair bit of spin there in the serve. Ratin trying to ride the bounce and look for the angle. The big forehand drive. 30-15. Another one. Backhand down the line winner. Straight, punched out, zinged. What a shot that was from Retin Pranav Senthil. Hitesh absolutely rooted to the spot. 30 all. Absolutely good pass there, but Hiten could have surely have done better
40.
when he anticipated and made a rush for the net. Took the first one well. Second one, what was he doing? What was he expecting? The ball just dying in front of his racket there. So it's a break point again. Saves one with a big serve.
Yes.
You have to do much better. It's not that he's not getting opportunities. He's getting opportunities. We saw in the first set too. In the second set, he has to take them. That is a terrible shot making there from Hitesh.
Advantage.
You could see the long, wide return, sending him squirting to one corner of the side. And by the time he managed his reply, a feeble one was not enough there to challenge Retin, who puts it away again. Break point. Well done there. Powerfully driven forehand there. Very well done. Deuce. Terrific. Retin closing down the 14-shot rally. The backhand cross court. And of course Hitesh allowing him the angles there. More than just a fair bit. Was in control. He should have dictated terms. But he's time and again he's allowing Retin slip away from his grasp. He's again serving to save the game. That was a good serve there. And yet again, the moment he saw Retin approaching, rushing to the net, perhaps that's the pressure which got to him. Started really well with the drop shot, and he hits it wide, and he's broken, and he's 3-1 down.
It's pressure. He created pressure for himself. It was a pleasure to go for the down the line winner. But under pressure, he hit it out. It's a 3-1, consolidating that break of serve now. Retin would love to go for a big serve. Down the tee, lot of power. Hitesh has to stay little cool and be consistent because he is having a good game. But under pressure points, he is not able to handle. Easy said than done. After all, he's a 16-year-old boy. Was that missing the sideline? That is what Hitesh would believe. Have a look at it. pretty
it was
close
if I'm
call
I would
it
have
was.
corrected it. But that was too far for me there. I'd go with the score. Third love.
This time there is no close call. It is very clearly out.
15.
16-year-old from Ludhiana. Hitesh Chauhan taking on the top seed. Ratin, who is preparing to serve now. 2015.
Out. 30 all.
This is interesting. Possible comeback for Hitesh, 30 all. I always believe, Sanjeev, that when you are at, in the receiving end, when you are receiving the serve, when the serve is at love 30 or 30 all, you need to get that crucial point to get the advantage. Now, huge opportunity here. Hitesh should try to go after the serve, the second serve. Oh, see, again, great thinking, but execution not good enough. He went for the backhand down the line,
40.
which is the right thing to do when you see that opponent is so much completely outside the court. A double-handed backhand attempt to go down the line going wide. See, this gives a big advantage for this server. When it was 30 all and if the backhand down the line was good, he will be in such a powerful position with a break point to capitalize. Oh, that's lovely inside out. Good backhand slice. Good pickup. What an angle he gets. Good court coverage. Very good court coverage. See how much he has to cover.
Leads by 4 games to 1.
And doing that in style, with that he consolidates the breakup serve, going up 4-1 in the second set after taking the first set 6 love. Definitely the top seed is dominating the proceedings, but due credit to the 16-year-old from Ludhiana. He is showing his brilliance in patches, but not really clicking in the crucial points to close them out. That is a long and short of what has been happening here. Look at that good serve. Return was even better. That I thought for a moment, wonderful backhand slice. But then see the court coverage from Ratin. And picking that point with that perfect forehand cross court. Right on top, the top seed at the moment.
Time.
Should I say, well said to that, right on top, the top seed, says our man.
Time.
And you can see that's Hitesh's mom, Hitesh Chauhan's mom, encouraging her kid to fight back. Of course, he has it in him. The pressure and the nerves getting a little to him. He has the game. We've seen glimpses of it. Very, very powerful ground strokes. Good inside-out shots. Very good serve. And that's the way. 15 love. He has been approaching the net on a few occasions, but hasn't been able to convert to the points, the opportunities. It's now or never. 1-4 down, 15 love up. Trying a very big serve down the middle. A little off the target. This time you can see heavy hitting.
30 love.
Forces Rathin to go. Way off the baseline. He goes straight to the net. So 30 love. Must hold his serve, Hitesh. Very crucial point there. And this time Rathin seems to be caught in his own guile, caught in by his own trap. Trying the small little cunning backhand slice. Not managing the elevation or the distance. 40 love. He is capable of those big serves down the middle if he gets them right, though. Terrific backhand down the line winner. Game Hitesh Chauhan, 4-2. Words of inspiration from who else but Mum? Dear Mum encourages every kid. Yet another example. He'll take solace and inspiration from the fact that he has his family here along with him, watching him from the stands. Of course, it's never too easy to play when the entire focus is on you. Rathin, though, seems, are we seeing, finally he's got a little rattled, or is it just a one-off thing? He's been putting away these winners with ease. Second time in succession, he gets to the net. Hitesh putting him under pressure with his booming drives. Rathin trying a little bit of the underspin. If he breaks him now, this could be a turning point in the match. Tries a forehand down the line. Misses his mark.
15-30.
15-30. For the umpteenth time, he's blown it away.
30 love.
See, the good opportunity there, it was love 30 and then 2 good points for Rathin. In fact, last couple of games, Hitesh was able to close out the points, but now here, again, some errors. This time, Rathin just trying to go for that backhand deep return, hitting it long. That sets up a break point. See, little bit of a pressure on the top seed as well here. The second serve, that's a huge opportunity for Hitesh. Can he go after the serve? Oh, that is a very good thinking from Hitesh, but execution not good enough. Trying to go for that forehand down the line, just hitting it a little bit wide. There was definitely a window of an opportunity for him on that last point. Kept it going, but then as we are saying, sometimes he's not able to close it out. That point was there for him to close it out. Yeah, good forehand down the line winner would have got a break of serve. But then you are playing against a top seed who is having a lovely game. See how he nicely comes up with that serve. Clean ace down the tee. Service coming under pressure and you come with that big ace. That is what is showing of a talented player. That was a blistering forehand from Hitesh, extracting that backhand cross-court error from the top seed. Look at that. Here, how much power generated on the forehand. That is where the return going wide. Deuce. No. Lob has to be deep. If you are going to land in the forecourt, you are inviting trouble. That lob, of course, for most defensive lob it was, and nicely put away there. That sets up a game point in favor of the top seed. If he is able to close out that, he will go up 5-2, and Hitesh will be coming back to serve to stay in the match. That is where this point gets crucial. Can Hitesh go after this serve? No, that is good. Oh, lucky net guard. Probably he needs it more. The ball just hitting the high part of the net and falling in the right place there. Have a look at that. That's where concentration lapse for the top seed as the ball was just clipping the top of the net. Deuce again. Trying to go for that powerful serve on the forehand corner. Fault. Spun second serve. Oh, what a return. Backhand down the line winner. That sets up a game point.
Advantage.
It is a good return of serve, but then see the quickly he moves in the top seed. Comes with that backhand down the line. Opportunity to go up 5-2. Ritin. Fault first service.
Terrific there, terrific forehand there yet again. Ratan Pranav Santil makes it look so easy, and that's the speciality of his game. Playing completely on a different level. He's taken it away. Just over an hour of play, and he's literally racing away with the match on his way to the final. 6-love, 5-2 up. Hitesh has tried briefly to come back, stage a comeback, because he's shown us a flashes of brilliance, his powerful ground strokes, big serving, inside-out shot, which he spoke about. Perhaps he felt the need to adjust his game to a relatively slower surface than what he's accustomed to play usually on. That's the reason perhaps he got left behind with Chauhan. The moment he reverted back to his own power game, he did seem to put Ratan on the back foot. So it's all but over. Staring at the obvious, or does he pull a rabbit out of the hat? You're watching the first semi-final live from the SDAD Tennis Stadium, Chennai, from centre court. The top seed Ratan Pranav Santil versus Hitesh Chauhan. Hitesh's mum seems worried, but of course the youngster will get many chances, many opportunities to prove himself at this level. Right now though, he serves to save the set first and the match. It's now or never. It's It's now or never for Ritesh.
Third. Third love.
He's making it look easy so far. 30 love. Another big powerful serve, this time aimed clearly at Rethin's backhand. Big booming serve. Bringing out the big guns. Is it a little too late in the day? Or does he still have time? News from the other semi-final. Between CS Warwick of Maharashtra and Debashish Sahu. First set to Warwick at 7-5. Oh, Rethin Pranav Senthil. Terrific pass
14,
down the line. He might be under pressure, he might be put under pressure, but he always looks so calm, making it look so calm. It's like a walk in the park for Rethin so far. Hitesh. Game point.
Third.
And he clinches it with ease.
Game turn.
Stays in the match, at least for another point.
Race by 5.
Deep,
Game
wide serve. The forehand return. Rethin unable to control this return for a while, we've seen. Overhitting a few of these shots on the forehand. But the writing is on the wall for sure. Rethin Pranav Senthil, 5-3 up. Second set. What a serve! And he said, go fetch that. Unbelievable service. The power, the range. Another one, bang down the center. The big serves, the big guns coming out as he moves closer to the middle round. Rethin Pranav Senthil is just 2 points away from making it to the final. And he in fact will be the first boys finalist. And strangely enough,
30, 15.
right when he's about to enter the final, there's a double 4-2 coming out from his armory. Hitesh did stage a good comeback in the second set. Not enough yet. Rethin trying to finish it off with his big booming serves. 30-15. 40-15. There's a low but deep
14,
serve.
15.
Straight into Hitesh's backhand. Failing to convert it. Getting himself to 40-15. Set point and match point. Two set points, 2 match points for the top seed. And he does it with a cracking
Game turn.
forehand
Love, better set
cross-court
love.
winner.
6 love, 6-3.
Polishing off his opponent Hitesh Chauhan of Punjab, Ludhiana, Punjab in straight sets. Another straight set demolition there coming from the top seed Rethin Pranav Senthil of Tamil Nadu. Defeating Hitesh Chauhan of Ludhiana, Punjab in straight sets to enter the final of the boys singles tennis competition. He in fact is the first boys singles finalist, Srini, because the other singles, as we mentioned, is still on. But a very convincing display there from Rethin.
Certainly, Sanjeev taking in straight sets, 6 love, 6-3. The semblance of a fight we saw in the second set from Hitesh Chauhan. Even in the first set, he had the game, but he was not able to close out the points, and due credit to the top seed, who did so well. Look at these highlights. And he's waiting for the ball and pounces on that. The top seed. Now booking a berth in the boys singles finals.
This
straight set to win. 6 love, 6-3 for the boy from Tamil Nadu, Ratin Pranav. That's the highlights still on the picture frame. It is Chauhan from Punjab. Definitely had shown a semblance of fight in the second set, but in the end, the top seed wrapped it up at 6-3 after taking the first set, 6 love. What a match it was. The boys' single semi-finals where Ratin Pranav of Tamil Nadu, the top seed, defeating Hitesh Chauhan of Punjab in straight sets, 6 love and 6-3. These are all the excerpts, the highlights of the particular semi-finals. Thoroughly dominated by the top seed in the first set and a semblance of fight in the second set by the player 16-year-old from Punjab, Hitesh Chauhan, and in the end the top seed wrapping up that set at 6-3 and going for that straight sets win to book a berth in the finals. He defeats Hitesh Chauhan in straight sets 6 love, 6-3. Still some of those highlights there. Yeah, that is how the match ended. The top seed getting the better of 16-year-old from Ludhiana, Hitesh Chauhan, 6 love, 6-3, booking a berth in the semi-finals. For now, we wind up from here at the center court of the SDAT Tennis Stadium. We'll be back in the air at 1:30 in the afternoon. Stay tuned.